Gueorgui Mirochnitchenko, Arbor Pro Tree Service. I've been in the tree industry since 1998. Started as a helper in the ice storm, dragging branches on the ground, and went my way up like that. To work for different companies. End up working for a Tamarack Tree Care, which was a general contractor for Ottawa Hydro for 6 years. Got my ISA certification and started my company in 2016, can't remember the year. When I was a kid, climbed up on a tree one time, was in Russia, or it was Soviet Union at the time. I was 11 years old, I was born in 1981. And I think Soviet Union fell apart in the 90s. Anyways, so basically climbed up on a tree. It was a big pine tree, 2 leaders, and there was a ladder kids made. And they tied up some old seats from the cars on it, so we could sit there, and climbed up there once, just sitting there and thinking, how can you climb trees and make money? And got to Canada, and here I am.
One of the most memorable times, maybe something scary, something...
there's quite a few memorable trees, but for me the most memorable was when I really got scared of the height, because it was about 110 feet in the air. It was in Marietta, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, pretty much. And that's the first tree I got up like over 100 feet, 110 feet we measured it after, and I actually froze in a tree. And my partner at that time started yelling, cut the tree, and it's like willpower went over the fear, and that was it. After that I knew I wasn't really scared of heights. But it's not only scaring of heights, you have to have a lot of knowledge about what you're doing, good nerves, and very important, good crew, because like they say, the climber is good as his groundman. If you don't have a proper crew, proper groundman, you'll be doing your work double the time, triple the time, and triple the energy. So,
give me a checklist. When you go up, what's the first things you have to do? Like the top 3 things.
Well, the top 3 things, you have to make sure your climbing equipment holds intact, everything. You gotta double check your climbing ropes. You gotta double check your climbing buck strap. It's called positioner. You have to make sure you know your drop zone, what's gonna go where. You have to make sure it's all coned off. If it's pedestrians, and pretty much that's it. You just have to know. You have to drop zone and rigging zone. That's where everything flies in. You have to make sure you know that part, and you have to watch out right away. The first thing you have to right away watch for any kind of wires, because even if there's just communication wires, but down the line it could be high tension, and they could be touching that communication wires with another branch, or it's called indirect contact. The whole system could be energized. So for climbers, right away, that's number one thing. Check if there's any high tension anywhere around, because you don't know, it could be touching another tree, and that tree could be touching just the communication wires, which carry no power. The whole thing could be energized. For climbers, I'd say checking for high tension, it's number 1 problem. It's number 1 thing to do. And the second one is to check what condition the tree is. You're gonna check if there's rots in there, and
so when you look and analyze the tree that you're climbing, what's the first thing you're looking for?
At the bottom. First thing, you always look at the bottom. If it's really, really badly cracked, or it's pulling out the roots. So that's in the case of a takedown, because a lot of climbers don't look at the bottom, they just look at the top. And that's a number 1 mistake. You gotta look at the bottom of a tree too. The problem could be there too.
Tell me, there was a kid there, and they were all fascinated. What advice would you give them? Would you say?
I don't know, stay in school.